Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Alaska Fairbanks, the Patty Center here as we get ready for more GNAC volleyball with your Alaska Nanooks taking on the Central Washington Wildcats here. Another big GNAC matchup, especially for Central Washington right now in a three-way tie for third place in the GNAC. They are tied with Northwest Nazarene and Seattle Pacific. On top in the GNAC, of course, you've got Anchorage with a 13-1 mark, and right behind them is Western Washington with a 12-2 mark. Nanooks find themselves in 7th place right now in GNAC standings with a 5-9 mark and 15-11 overall. Doing a little sponsor presentation on the court. We're going to get ready to meet our starting lineups here and get ready for one of the final two home games here for your Alaska Nanooks at home. Saturday they play Northwest Nazarene at 2 o'clock, and that will be senior send-off day. So we are going to send it down to our public address announcer, meet our starting lineups, and get ready for our national anthem.
Singing tonight's national anthem is Ariana Lopez, a music education major in her junior year at UAF. Please remain standing as the colors are dismissed. Again, thank you to the UAF Color Guard for presenting tonight's colors. Now, fans, if you'll turn to your programs, let's meet the Alaska Airlines starting lineups for tonight's match. First, for the visiting Central Washington Wildcats. An outside hitter, 5'9" junior from Ellensburg, Washington, number 1, Tia Andaya. 5'4" junior center from Yakima, Washington, number 2, Sydney Rensburg. A middle blocker, 6-foot freshman from Portland, Oregon, number 4, Abby Snedden. A middle blocker, 6-foot sophomore from Woodinville, Washington, number 16, Emma Daoud Peter. An outside hitter, 5'8" junior from Hayden, Idaho, number 19, Ashley Cobb.
right, here we go. We've got our starting lineups in place, and we're getting ready for Alaska Nanook volleyball. Nanooks once again coming in, sitting in 7th place right now in the GNAC, and was talking to Nate Pearsall. I mean, it would be basically needing a miracle for them to get into the playoffs, as the GNAC does not have a conference playoff. So you look to get into the Western Conference playoff, and it looks like Anchorage pretty much sealed up that one. Western Washington probably be getting in there. And after I was listening to the game with the Nanooks down at Anchorage on Saturday, Anchorage has a pretty good shot at hosting that. Next week down in Anchorage at the Alaska Airlines Center, you'll have the Alaska State High School State Volleyball Championships going on down there on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Here in Fairbanks, Lathrop and North Pole playing for a chance to go down there in the 4A division. The 3A bracket is going on as well. So winner of tonight's match between the Lathrop Malamutes and North Pole Patriots will get a trip down to state next week in Anchorage. Central Washington, as we mentioned, coming in a 3-way tie for 3rd place. So big game for them here, as they would like to try to get out of that pack a little bit with Northwest Nazarene down in Anchorage tonight. And then you will be up here on Saturday for the final home game here in front of the Fairbanks crowd at the Patty Center. The Nanooks will start this one out with the serve. Tomorrow or Saturday, of course, we honor our 3 seniors for the Nanooks in their final home games in front of the fans here. Nanooks in their home white, Central Washington in the black jerseys. And that one goes just long off the hit from Carly Nielsen. Central will get the first point and the side out here. Again, our seniors tomorrow, Jessa Long, Maureen Angeli, and Taylor Overn. Saturday. Keep forgetting tomorrow's Friday. Nanooks on the attack now. Bynes. Wildcats to Jessa Long. Bynes again with that left-handed hit, and that one is clean for a kill. For Ella Bynes, the 6'3" freshman for Alaska. Carly Nielsen now will serve it up, tied at 1, first set from Fairbanks. Brian Scott, your head coach for Alaska. And the Nanooks come up with a nice one there. Christina Head kind of softly puts it down. Central can't handle that one, so Alaska will continue with the serve through Nielsen now with a 1-point lead. Nanooks at Anchorage last Saturday. Seawolves taking that one 3-1 as the Nanooks took that opening set. Seawolves with just 1 loss in the GNAC. Erickson gets it started. Tough set at the net, but poked back in by the Wildcats. Kind of kept Alaska alive. Good job by Central to fight it off the bottom of the net. Riley White takes a whack at it. Right back to White. Nanooks now on the attack, and Bynes gets it through the blockers for the Wildcats. As I mentioned, Seawolves 13-1 in the GNAC, 23-2 overall. Western Washington 12-2 in GNAC play and 17-5 overall. That will tie us up at 3. Side out to the Wildcats with Kylie Thorne, the 5'11" sophomore, to serve. For Central Washington, tough one for Erickson, kind of gets away from her. Bynes unable to keep it out of the stands. Mario Ande in his 27th season for Central Washington. Jessa Long has to kind of change up her momentum there, but has to lay out. And a net violation on Central. And that'll tie us up at 4. Ainsley Smith and Elena Guck with that steady rotation in for Alaska. And double touch by the Wildcats. We'll put Alaska now up by 2. Actually, just 1, excuse me. Jumping ahead. 2 Patriots on the floor. And Kinley Erickson and Ainsley Smith is their alma mater, fighting for a chance to go down to state next week. Kind of a mishit by White and Mariana Payne. Able to put that one down easily. I see head coach Greg Sparling here at the Patty Center. There's a clean kill for Elizabeth Jackson, as the Alaska Nanooks men's basketball team was just down in Washington, taking on Pac-12 Division I Washington Huskies. Boy, some action at the net. Everybody kind of off the fingertips, and now White swings away and comes up with a kill. Nice try by Hannah Stiers, the libero for Central Washington. Alaska now leads by 2. Riley White with her fingers taped up. And that one gets through the Alaska blockers. One-point Alaska lead, and boy, an ace in there. Jessa Long laying out, trying to get to that one. Little off-speed sinker, tough to read. Ties it at 7 in the opening set. Long will start it out. Little back set right back in, stays alive. White will send it deep to the corner. Long again lays out. Central with a push and gets past Elizabeth Jackson. Sydney Remsburg will serve. It's a running start serve. And another knuckleball, and Carly Nielsen winds up, comes up just short as that one goes into the net. And now Central goes up by 2. And that one's going to go long. The boys had a couple of, looks like some of the pitches you've seen in the World Series, some of the sinkers. Some with hardly any spin on it. And that one sails long. And speaking of long, Jessa will serve. Boy, they get that side out quickly, do the Wildcats, and go back up by 2. Ashley Kaufman serves it up for the Wildcats. Boy, that one an easy push back in there by Central Washington, now with a 3-point lead. And And there, Elena Guck comes up with some authority in that one off the top of the blockers. Overn and Bynes come in, and Taylor Overn will serve. Trailing by 2 here in this opening set. And that one sails long. Nanooks having a tough time right now on their serves. Kind of tell the frustration you can see of head coach Brian Scott. Service errors add up quickly, now down 3. Boy, and Central Washington's blockers coming up big here in this opening set. Another block for them and extends the lead to 4. Shaughnessy Fisk, 5'4" sophomore to serve. Bynes with a nice whack at it. Long holds her ground. Bynes had to kind of change her trajectory there. She's trying to get to that set. Five-point Wildcat lead. Boy, Nanooks just out of sorts right there on that one, able to keep it alive, but opens up the floor for a clean kill by Emma Daudebert. And we're going to get a timeout here on the floor taken by head coach Brian Scott. Team kind of out of sorts a little bit right there. Well, with our senior day coming up here, we're going to take a look at our seniors' questionnaires that we gave them early in the season. We'll start with Maureen Angeli. She's from France, and we asked her what she missed most about it, and she says the food, and I could only imagine. I don't even know if we have a French restaurant here in Fairbanks. Her major and plans after graduation, she's like, that's a good question, but she's majoring in business administration. When asked what she likes most about playing for Alaska, she said the environment and visiting other states. You get to do a lot of traveling here if you play for the Nanooks. Asked her favorite genre of music or artist or group, and she said she can listen to everything. It just depends on the day. I would imagine weekends probably turns it up a little bit. Her favorite food, she says, too many options, but cheese, real pizza, and smoothie bowls. She's capitalized the real in pizza, so apparently the Fairbanks pizza maybe isn't what she's used to over there in France. Her biggest pet peeve is fakeness, and her special skill is she can do a raven call. And we asked what something we should know about Coach Scott, and I think they pretty much all said it, that he hates plain water. We kind of learned that about him this season from all his players. Nice little tap over there by Bynes out of the timeout. Now she comes up with the kill. Nice recovery there by Alaska. As again, they looked a little bit out of sorts, and Bynes, that's a tough hit that close to the net. Hit it so low. Kinley Erickson, the other North Pole Patriot for the Nanooks. Long again, but that one off the ceiling. Riley White goes long. Six-point Wildcat lead in this opening set. Nanooks like to put an end to that three-match losing streak, but they did. It was not an easy road trip for them, for sure. And another big stand at the net for the Wildcats with Thorne and Daudebert. That one's going to be tough as Overn and Erickson both go for it. Kind of finds its way into the bottom of the net. Nothing Riley White can do with that one. Now an 8-point Central Washington lead. Nanooks down to one timeout left. Regroup time right now for Alaska. Good opportunity here with White. Stiers lays out long on the knees. White winds up. Man, nice one-handed dive by the Wildcats. Far side White. And that one goes out off the block. And the Nanooks finally put an end to that Central Washington run. Elizabeth Jackson will come in, and Jessa Long will head over to the bench. See if Alaska can string together a few right here. Last couple times back to serve, came up with service errors. This time Christina Head. Jackson just lifts up her arms and gets that one, and again coming up tough at the net. Central Washington lead back to 8. Again, the Nanooks unable to hold a serve. Kylie Thorne, a 5'11 sophomore. White up and over the top that time. Free ball here for Alaska. Everybody bunched up. Boy, golden opportunity right there for the Nanooks, and 3 players, and head coach Brian Scott's going to take his second and final timeout here now, trailing by 9 as Central Washington, the first to 20. Again, Central Washington coming in with a 16-7 overall mark, 9-6 in the GNAC, and that 3-way tie for 3rd place. Nanooks have just seemed a little out of sorts out there this evening, kind of out of position. So Brian Scott's going to talk things over with his coaching staff, Megan Woods, his assistant coach in her 4th season, and 2 volunteer coaches with Kate Atkins and Emily Moorhead. She had those 2 up on my radio show today talking about the 3 seniors, and with both of them graduating last year, how much that senior day means as a senior. And they said, well, I'm sure glad that they did it after the match, because they said they don't think that they could have maybe gotten through because there was a lot of tears as you realize that that is it. So she was like going, man, I'm glad they waited till the match was over for the recognition, because it's a very special time, but also a sad time for them. So if you're in the Fairbanks area, and you can come up here on Saturday, we'll honor our 3 seniors in their final game here at the Patty Center on the Alaska Airlines Gymnasium. That one's scheduled for 2 o'clock. Then women's basketball later that afternoon will be playing their alumni game, getting things going for them. The Nanook men's basketball team had 2 exhibition games here, and there's a nice way to come out of the timeout. Ella Bynes with authority. And there was like a huge crowd here for the men's exhibition games against the Seattle Mountaineers. I mean, probably had 300 people here for an exhibition game. I mean, after the Nanook men's basketball run last year, a lot of people wanting to see them out here on the floor. And a couple local guys coming back to Fairbanks out of junior college. So I know both teams will be here at home during the Thanksgiving holiday for tournaments. Usually it's just the women having a tournament, but the men have been able to put something together for that weekend as well. 9-point Wildcat lead here in the opening set, and that one's going to go long. And now down double digits is Alaska. Well, they've been in different spots like this, and we've talked to head coach Brian Scott, because they've made some comebacks in a couple of their matches. And, you know, he says it doesn't matter where you're at. You just got to keep playing with some positivity, and make good things happen and carry it over. White, hers blocked, and everybody kind of off to that far side. And again, coming up strong are the Central Washington blockers, now 2 points away from this opening set. Erickson and White, right where you need her, with a little spark for Alaska. Carly Nielsen back in. Kinley Erickson will head back over to the bench. 10-point lead. Let's see if Riley White can get something going here on the Alaska serve. Boy, that would have been a close one on that line for sure. And Jessa Long lays out for it, unable to keep it alive. And that is going to bring up set point number 1 here for Central Washington, with the Nanooks in a deep hole right now. Long again, man, that serve by Sydney Remsburg. Everybody having a tough time with that one, and Central Washington going to take the first set here, 25-13. Running away with it. We were tied going back and forth up to 7, and then Central Washington just opened things up here, and Alaska unable to regroup. So we'll take a quick timeout here with Central Washington leading right now. 1 set to love. More Alaska Nanook volleyball coming up here.
The Alaska Nanooks and their partner Seekins for Lincoln at Fairbanks have come together once again for a car giveaway. Together with the giveaway first, second, and third place prizes that include the winner taking home a 2023 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive XL or $15,000 in cash. The winning ticket will be pulled on March 4th, 2023 at the Carlson Center during the Alaska Nanooks hockey game versus Lindenwood. You do not need to be present to win. Tickets are $100 each and will be available for purchase at all Nanook home games. Seekins for Lincoln and at the Nanooks box office at the Patty Center lobby. Tonight, the women's basketball team has a table set up in the lobby, and they will also be in the stands if you'd like to purchase your ticket today.
Well, both teams using up an entire 2 minutes before coming back out on the floor. Nanooks still huddled up after dropping that first set 25-13. We'll see how they regroup here for set number 2. Again, Northwest Nazarene will be here on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Right now, Alaska would love to put an end to this 3-game losing streak. But like I said, that road trip, they had number 10 Western Washington, and they went to Simon Fraser and lost there in straight sets, and then down to Anchorage and lost to Anchorage 3-1, taking that first set, but then the Seawolves turned it back on. Taking a look at some of the Nanook notes here. Ella Bynes has played in all 26 matches and has started in 9, and she's averaging just over 2 kills per set. Riley White averaging 2.62 kills per set, and she's ranked 8th in the GNAC. Just under 3.5 points per set, and she leads the conference in aces per set. And she's also ranked 22nd in the NCAA Division II volleyball ranks. So she's had a little tough time serving this evening for the Nanooks, so nice to see her get that serving swing back in there. Back underway. And that one off the Nanook blockers and goes out. Janasia Carr, her first time in for Alaska. Boy, line drive serve. Long gets it going. Riley White off the near side goes cross court for the kill. Hannah Steyer is back in for Central Washington, and Carr, 5'11" junior, serves it up, but hadn't had the whistle yet to bring it in. So that'll nullify that ace. She's kind of laughing. She's anxious to get things going. This is her first time in. That one's going to go out off the Nanook blockers. And that'll go right back over to Central Washington. Tia Ndaya, 5'9" junior, will serve. Not sure if that's the coach's daughter, but same last name with Mario Andaya, the head coach for Central Washington, again in his 27th season. So Central pleased with the job that he's doing there. Nanook's head coach Brian Scott, in his 8th season, right before the season started, inked a 4-year deal. Boy, again, Nanooks are just having a tough time handling these Wildcat serves. Jessa Long doing everything she can, laying out for all of them. Erickson starts it out. And again, Central Washington at the net. Too much for Alaska. This time, Emma Daoud Heber. 4-point. Wildcat lead. Third serve coming up for Andaya. And that one kind of knuckles its way into the net. So a service error for Central Washington. Alaska will take that one. Ainsley Smith back in with Christina Head. And Smith will serve. This time Alaska comes up in the net, but's able to keep it alive and sending it back deep. Long stretches out for it. Alaska doing almost the same thing right there. They dump it over. Nanooks on the attack. White not much to work with off the set. Free ball here, and Christina Head applies just enough pressure to get the point. So Alaska will take that one. And Smith will continue on her serve. Nanooks will finish the season out on the road. Erickson holds her ground. And that one's going to go long. Point for the Wildcats. Alaska was possibly hoping maybe that it's off one of the blockers. But not going to get it. And now Kylie Thorne back to serve for the Wildcats. Erickson, that one off the fingertips. Nanooks get it over on 3. Tough set. Nice job by Alaska, but they're going to say point for the Wildcats. Double touch Alaska. Boy, that was a nice look getting it over into that back corner, but a double touch call. Four-point lead here for the Wildcats. Alaska, again, just a little out of sorts, almost out of position. And that one's going to go long. Nanooks will take that one. Emma Daoud-Hebert just a little too strong on that kill attempt. Riley White. See if she can get into the swing a couple aces here. And that one long by Ashley Kaufman. Getting Riley White on her service hand. Got her fingers taped up. Nice solid serve. Long lays out. Look out as Jackson tries to kick to keep it alive, and Ainsley Smith goes down. And right back to the Wildcats. Hannah Steyer is the libero from 9 Miles Falls, Washington. But again, a lot of the Washington teams in the GNAC here in volleyball didn't have to go too far on recruiting. Most of them from the Washington State, some from Oregon and Idaho. Nanooks with an international roster and players from as far as Florida and New York. Attack error here on the Wildcats, so point Alaska. Alaska chipping away at this lead here. Jessa Long back to serve. Jessa Long. Great story about her. You can read it at AlaskaNanooks.com, just how much she's doing. She's in her, going for her second master's. She's her graduate student, but has a couple businesses already, and a pretty incredible story. And Alaska lucky to get her for her final year of eligibility after playing Division I volleyball. And point side out here, Wildcats with their lead to 3. Sydney Remsburg back to serve, and the Nanooks have had all sorts of trouble with her serve. Again, she just knuckles it, and Long has to lay out again, and this time Christina Head will put an end to her serves. Comes up with a kill for Alaska. Man, when you watch the spin on that serve by Remsburg, the thing just dies. You can tell how hard it sinks, like a sinker. Some of these World Series pitchers throwing them last night. That no-hitter for the Astros. Nielsen with a nice swing off the block, and out point Alaska, now down by 1. They've been here before. Overn, one of our 3 seniors that will say goodbye to, and she comes up with a dig, but a double touch, according to the officials. So it goes back to Central Washington. You can follow along with live stats at AlaskaNanooks.com. Having a couple issues here with my iPad getting connected. So if you want to see where the individual stats are at, you can go to live stats at AlaskaNanooks.com. Boy, just as Alaska gets close, Central Washington starts to build a little cushion. Carr, tough set to handle, gets it across, and watch out. Man, it's over, and all she can do. I think that went off her forehead. They're checking with her. She gets a kiss from Carly Nielsen right on the forehead. That'll make her feel better. She gets up. I mean, that's one thing about this Alaska squad. Their camaraderie and teamwork together. There we go. Carly Nielsen, when you need her, going to send it back down after... Oh, and now you can see Overn kind of checking her nose. I don't know if they're going to... So Overn talking to the official and laughing here, but actually kind of... I think they're making sure she's okay as she is crying, but I don't know if it's from pain of getting hit or just got hit that close to her eyes and made them water. So nice work by the head official maybe to take that time out to make sure that... that player is okay out there on the floor. So yeah, right off the bridge of the nose. Nanooks with an opportunity right here. Nice set. Carr comes up with the kill. Nice set by Overn. And now a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. Erickson again. Boom in Alaska with Carr and Riley White on the block for the Nanooks. Erickson with a chance to tie it here off her serve. Boy, she sends it an off speed. Carr, hang time on that one. Erickson sprints back. White off the heel of her hand. Long lays out. Oh, man, Riley White almost gets the spatula underneath it, but point Central Washington. Boy, Nanooks would love to get that serve right back. Feeling a little momentum here in this second set, trailing 1-0. Dropping that first one, 25-13. This is Shaughnessy Fisk. And that one up off the antenna. And the Nanooks will take a timeout. That's their first one here in the second set. Down 1-0. Take a look at another one of our seniors' questionnaires, this time with Taylor Overn. Under head coach Brian Scott becomes a family. Favorite genre of music, and she says it seriously varies day to day, but probably right at the top of the list, Taylor Swift and Beyonce. I'm sure she'll get a chance maybe to see her this summer as Taylor Swift gets ready to go out on tour. Her favorite food is sushi and poke. Biggest pet peeve: loud chewing and smacking food and gum. There's been several of the players have answered that. When we asked what her special skill or talent is, she said that she's a phlebotomist and she's certified in that, and that snowboarding is her number 2 love sport. So knuckle dragger in Taylor Overn, and something we should know about either Coach Scott or Coach Woods. She says, do not blow gum or bubbles around Coach Woods. Maybe it has something to do with it. Chewing your gum with your mouth open, I don't know, but apparently Coach Woods does not like bubbles. Oh, and an easy put down for Emma Daoud-Hebert. Not what the Nanooks wanted to see coming out of that timeout. Central Washington with both of theirs, Nanooks with one left in this second set. Another tough serve or set, and another tough set for Riley White to handle. Shaughnessy Fisk continues to serve. Ainsley Smith will come in, and Elizabeth Jackson. We'll head to the bench. Carr again jumped a little bit early, able to make something happen though. And this time as Erickson gets down in the hurdlers stretch, unable to come up with that one. Now a 6-point Central Washington lead. And Fisk will continue to serve. White blocked right back into the Nanooks side. And that one, well, let's see. One flag went up. One shows in. They're going to stay with the line judge on that side. So point Central Washington, and now up 7. Smith tries to push it in, saved by Ondaya. Erickson able to keep it alive, and Carr gets it across. What an angle, but now Nanooks a little bit out of position and putting that one away. As Emma Daoud-Hebert. Boy, and just like that, head coach Brian Scott is going to burn that second time out here, trailing by 8 with the Wildcats again first to 20 and finding themselves in another hole. Are the Nanooks down 1-0? Talking things over with his assistant coaches, just going to try to figure out something to do. I mean, Alaska is kind of going in spurts here in this second set. They had a pretty good run going there, and then Central Washington kind of used the Nanook timeout to regroup themselves. Again, Saturday we'll have our senior send-off day here, 2 o'clock, as Northwest Nazarene will be coming to Fairbanks. Northwest down in Anchorage taking on the Seawolves tonight. And not an easy task for them down there at the Alaska Airlines Center. Hockey has a 3-week break as they just came back in after they've had some tough games out on the road, but I mean they are not playing easy teams, so they put together a schedule with some of the top teams in the nation holding their own. So Nanook hockey having a good season, and they'll be back here at the Carlson Center December 9th and 10th as we renew the Governor's Cup rivalry with the UAA Seawolves, with the Seawolves now having their program back and now playing independent. And Riley White comes up with a big kill right when Alaska needed a momentum change. So December 9th and 10th at the Carlson Center. Nanooks and Seawolves, Governor's Cup time, so make sure to get to those games. Definitely missed that rivalry last season. And that service error gives it right back to the Wildcats. And Tia Ondaya will serve, and she's had a pretty stellar serving game so far tonight. White up and over the top. And the Nanook blockers come up big with Jackson and Riley White. Riley White will get credit for the block. Ainsley Smith back in, and she'll serve. Christina Head back in as well for Alaska. That one just a push off the fingertips for the Wildcats, but point Central Washington. 8-point lead. Kylie Thorne again. Back set. And that one's going to go into the stands. Nice kill by Christina Head. Carly Nielsen back in, and Riley White will serve. And she comes up with an ace on that serve. Again, Riley White, the leader in the GNAC, with aces per set. Cuts the lead to 6. And another one for her, back-to-back aces. That one took a tough look here for Central Washington's Ashley Kaufman. Everybody trying to get a read on those serves. And that one, this time, Daoud Hebert finds an opening in the Nanook defense. And side out. And 2 points away from a 2-set-to-love lead for the Wildcats. Well, again, Nanooks, I'm not sure if they're just miscommunicating, but some of the sets have not been ideal for the hitters. Nielsen, all kinds of problems on that one. Set point number 1, Nanooks got to fight off 7. And they fight off 1 through Elizabeth Jackson's kill. You get the side out. See if Jessa Long can keep this second set going. Janasia Carr back in for Alaska. Carr with a rainbow serve. And that one gets through the blockers for the point and the set. And now Central Washington with a 2-set-to-love lead, 25-13, then 25-18. They're going to put 5 minutes up on the clock. We'll take a break and then bring it back here for set number 3 and a must-win set coming up here for the Alaska Nanooks. And we're back here at the Patty Center getting ready for set number 3 with Alaska down right now. 2 sets to love. Must win set here with their backs up against the wall. We'll see how the Nanooks handle this one as we take a look at some of the stats. Ashley Kaufman and Kylie Thorne lead for Central Washington with 6 kills apiece. Riley White with 5 for Alaska. Ella Bimes with 4 and Elizabeth Jackson with 3. Nanooks will serve to start set number 3 with Ainsley Smith. Riley White with 2 aces for Alaska, the only one with any aces for the Nanooks. Sydney Remsburg with 2 for the Wildcats. Jessa Long comes flying in, but double touch. And Jessa Long is not afraid to fly. And of course that means you have to land. I've said this before, she is you'll get 3 SportsCenter top 10 highlights out of her. How she has not been on SportsCenter, I don't know. And that one gets through the Nanook blockers and ties us at 1. Service error on the Wildcats will then give the Nanooks a 1-point lead, and Riley White will serve. Taking a look at assists, Sydney Remsburg leads everybody with 13. Taylor Overn with 10 for Alaska, and Riley White with a service error for the Nanooks ties it at 2. Ainsley Smith with 8 assists. Big swing by Guck. Goes out. No touch by the blockers for Central. Short set to Jackson. White in the back. And another hold at the net for Central Washington. Boy, they have been coming up huge on the block here. Alaska having a tough time with them. Mainly coming with Kylie Thorne and Udebear. Jackson with a tough set. Alaska able to get it off the net. Back set Guck. Smith down on a knee. Nilsson comes up with the kill. Brings the Nanooks back within 1 here in this 3rd set. Must win for Alaska right now. Long sends the serve deep. White starts out the offense. And Christina Head able to get it through the blockers. Head coach Endaya going to come out and check with his team. No reviews so far in the match. Long again. And doing all she can back there. Riley White comes up with a big swing from the back row. Nilsson goes up against the blockers head on, and that one goes out wide. Point Alaska. Alaska with a 1-point lead, something they have not seen very much in this match. Men's basketball team right behind the Nanooks bench. It's been great, the other sports teams here for Alaska supporting volleyball. And wow, big hit by Guck off the shoulder of Stiers. Central Washington will huddle up after that one. Boy, that thing came in quick. 2-point Nanook lead. Near side up off the net. See what Nielsen can do with that one, and she gets it right inside the line. Boy, let's see if the Nanooks can swing some momentum right now. 3-point lead off the serves here of Jessa Long. One of the 3 seniors in her final 2 home games here for Alaska. Come on up Saturday at 2, and as we honor them, and that one just gets up and over the blockers. Long and Smith may have both called for it. Nanooks would love to see a service error here or just get that side out. Nielsen gets a friendly roll from the net as she's like, thank you. You could see her eyes all the way up here light up. She saw some open floor. Good thing she had so much momentum on that swing to get that nice roll off the net. Now Taylor Overn, one of our other 3 seniors for Alaska. Took one hard to the face, and that one off the Nanook blockers. And a quick side out back to the Wildcats. Hannah Stiers, the Wildcat libero, or some say libero. There we go. Ella Bynes comes up with a kill. Lead back to 3 for Alaska. Finding an open spot in the back row off the clean kill. That was Payne that came up with that one. And Remsburg, whose serves have been giving the Nanooks all sorts of headaches. Boy, when you just watch the colors when Remsburg serves, Nanooks got to get it over. Jessa Long one-hands it. Erickson reaches out, sends it over. Can they handle it? Both teams coming up with some big hits, and that one's going to go long off the kill attempt by Riley White. Boy, both teams kind of just throwing arms out there, hoping for the best. Wildcats come up with a point, now down by 1. Long again has to lay out. This time Abby Sneathen at the net, but point Alaska. Christina Head will serve it up for Alaska. Trying to keep this 2-point lead. Erickson sends it back to Riley White. Quick block right back in. Bynes, southpaw swing. Bynes again with success. Nanooks now with a 3-point lead. Christina Head back again. Nanooks on the road next week to wrap up their season. Thursday they'll be at St. Martin's. And a service ace for Christina Head. And the first time out that they've had to use here in the match. Central Washington takes it Oh, I got coaches ones too here. Jess Long, our third senior. Her hometown is Dixon, Illinois, and what she misses most about it, she says, is her grandma and her parents and her dog and the community support there. Her major and plans after graduation, she's working on her master's in business administration, and she's focusing on her skincare business. And if you want to find out more about that, go to royalglow.com. That's her business, one of them. And she said she's building her estates. What she likes most about playing for Alaska is traveling in a new conference. Favorite music, she says, is the group called the Couch Boys from Dixon, Illinois, and her favorite food is a smoothie bowl. So she doesn't really have any pet peeves. And Central Washington drew that one up nicely out of the timeout, or in the timeout. She says her special skill is balancing her business over the past 3 years with her college volleyball and student schedule, and working on her second master's. So, yeah, I think that takes a lot. Oh, Central Washington unable to keep that one up off the floor. Point Alaska. But when we asked anything else we should know, she says, I'm pursuing my second master's. She'll graduate with her third degree next semester. Her mom and dad also played volleyball and introduced her to the sport at 5 years old. And this is her 15th season of organized volleyball. She started club volleyball at 8 years old. That shows the importance of having some club teams in your community. And there's a clean kill for the Wildcats. Shaughnessy Fisk back in. When we asked her if there was something that we should know about either Coach Scott or Coach Woods, she said she can't touch her toes, and she's talking about Coach Woods. Said that she's not flexible. So I know the coaches are always trying to, man, what are they going to write? So don't forget, Saturday we will honor those three seniors here at the Patty Center at 2 o'clock in their final home games. Right now, Alaska with a 2-point lead, but trailing 2-0 to the Wildcats. Riley White just long, but they're going to say touch, and let's see. Brian Scott is asking his players, did they get a touch? And he's going to pull the review flag. First one that we're going to see here, the review card.
The previous play is under video review.
So, call here was point Central Washington, but they're going to challenge that as the Nanooks say that it was touch, so it should be out on the Wildcats. So they'll take that one down there under review. Northwest Nazarene will be here Saturday afternoon for that 2 o'clock matchup. Again, the Seawolves having a phenomenal season on top of the GNAC with a 13-1 mark. Western Washington right behind them at 12-2 with their victory over the Nanooks in Anchorage last Saturday. It's been the first time, I think I was listening, since 2018 that either team had gotten a sweep over each other, but they'd been splitting. I remember Alaska had some big wins here at home over the Seawolves. Seawolves have a pretty good opportunity to actually possibly host the Western region down there in Anchorage. Again, the GNAC without a conference tournament. So you kind of have to, you got to have a stellar season. And you got a couple of the Western conferences. So we still have 2 weeks till we'll know how that all plays out. So, call will stand. So that's one challenge used up here by Alaska. The review shows no touch by the Wildcats. And Fisk will serve again. Looks to send it deep, but getting up there is Emma Daoud Hebert. Kind of gets off of her fingertips. And Alaska quickly will get it back. Riley White to serve. White sends a knuckler in. Boom, with authority comes Tia Undaya. And she'll go back and serve. Alaska clinging to a 1-point lead here in this third set. 14-13. Nielsen starts it out and finishes it. And it'll side back out here for Alaska, and Jessa Long will go back and serve. Ainsley Smith tracks that one down for Alaska. And lets it go wisely. We're very close, but point Alaska. Nanooks put their lead back to 3. Nanooks with a chance here with Nielsen. Boy, the blockers come up big. This time Mariana Payne comes up with it for the Wildcats and makes it a 2-point Alaska lead. Nielsen has to send it over on that third hit, and this one gets through the Alaska blockers and Central Washington. Down by 1. Kylie Thorne will serve. This time Elena Guck comes in. Gets it through the Central Washington blockers. 2-point Alaska lead. Taylor Overn and Ella Bynes return. Overn, a great time to put it together, a couple here. Nielsen comes up this time big. Says, okay, this time I want to put the point away. 3-point Alaska lead. Nielsen now leading Alaska with 10 kills. Kylie Thorne, 8 for the Wildcats. And that one for Overn. I was just supposed to call those like in basketball. Get a bank shot. So yeah, I'm going to use the net. I don't think they ever want it that close. 4-point Nanook lead in a must-win third set to keep it going. Man, Ashley Kaufman swinging away. Hannah Stiers back to serve for Central Washington. Nielsen, and that goes wide by Kaufman on the kill attempt. Alaska first to 20. Kinley Erickson back in. See if I can get an update here from Lathrop. Alaska now finds themselves up by 5, and using their second timeout are the Central Washington Wildcats, trailing by 5, 21-16 here in this third set. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Once again, Alaska leading this one 21-16 in the third. Back out of the Central timeout, 21-16, Alaska with Carly Nielsen to serve. Nanooks trailing 2 sets to love, 25-13. First set win by the Wildcats, and 25-18 in set number 2. Alaska definitely regrouping, would like to just run it out right here for set number 4, and they come up with a nice play and a block at the net for Alaska. Erickson again. Boy, nice. Crisp serve by Erickson. Overton will start it out long. Riley White back up front again. And that one off the antenna. Point Alaska. Nanooks now up by 7, 2 points away from taking this third set. Definitely giving the fans something to cheer about right now, those first 2 sets. And an ace for Kinley Erickson, excuse me. And set point here for Alaska. Crowd will get up on their feet, cheering it on. Players on the sideline down on their knees. And they get another ace back-to-back for Kinley Erickson, and set number 3 will go to Alaska. So Nanooks stay alive, but also playing with some confidence, coming up big there in that third set. So we'll take a 2-minute timeout as we get ready for set number 4. Alaska stays alive with that 25-16 victory in that third set. All right, we're back here. Set number 4 with Alaska coming up with a must-win there, 25-16 in that third set to force this fourth set. Just got the update from Lathrop High School. Lathrop over the North Pole Patriots, so Lathrop will represent Fairbanks in the 4A State Volleyball Championships next week down in Anchorage. I believe we won't know Friday or Saturday, not sure when the Aurora Conference winds up theirs. With the MAC Conference, just 3 teams with Lathrop, West Valley, and North Pole. Aurora Conference with 6 teams in it. Boy, and that one has Riley White and Jessa Long both lay out going for it. We'll see how Central Washington rebounds. After driving that set in Alaska, little miscommunication between Nielsen and Jackson. Nanooks tie it at 2, and Jessa Long, businesswoman, going for second masters here. Back to serve. Ooh, and that one, laser beam, just Long, like Tia and Daya. Jessa Long transferred here from Division I Florida A&M. Lays out again for another one. That one just too tough to handle. Three all here. Set number 4 in Alaska. Comes up big with Nielsen and Christina Head. Four here in this fourth set. Tia Andaya will serve it up again. She has had some big serves for the Wildcats. Alaska keeps it alive. Jessa Long sends it deep on that third hit. And finding some open territory in that back court near the far sideline are the Wildcats. And Daya will continue to serve. And that one just gets in. Catches just a piece of the tape. Point Alaska. Ties it at 5. Kinley Erickson back to serve. Erickson served out that that fourth set, or excuse me, the third set. Back-to-back aces to take it. Long. Boy, and Overton has to play that one off the ceiling. Alaska gets it in off the block. Riley White and Christina Head put the Nanooks up by 1. Central gets it back, ties it at 6. Kylie Thorne, 5'11" sophomore from Pasco, Washington. White gives that a punch off the heel of their hand. Boy, back and forth we go here. Alaska would like to get a 2 or 3 point little cushion. And a service error for Christina Head. They started out with a bunch of those in that opening set. They've done a good job of cleaning up their serves. 7-all. 2-1 lead for the Wildcats. White sends it off Stiers. Laying out is Thorne. Erickson. Now over and Riley White. Sends it cross court. Alaska with a good chance here. Oh, Riley White with a miss hit. Nanooks looking at the official. Not sure what they were looking for there. I know early in that point they were looking for maybe a double hit. It's like a double touch possibly, but Central Washington will get the point and lead by 1. Bynes gets it blocked right back. Riley White. Oh, and that one off the backboard. And head coach Mario Andaya going to ask. So we get some substitutions in here. Elena Guck from East China, Michigan. 6-foot freshman comes in with Ainsley Smith, the redshirt freshman from North Pole. So again, Lathrop defeating North Pole in the conference championship. Boy, another one off the ceiling where the Nanooks have to adjust. And this time Erickson can't get to it. Her Patriot teammate Ainsley Smith also trying to get back to that one. Central Washington now with a 1-point lead. Set number 4. Again, Central Washington in a 3-way tie in the GNAC with Northwest Nazarene and Seattle Pacific all sitting there with 9 and 6 marks. And that one off the fingertips of Stiers. Point Alaska tied at 9. Nielsen returns and Riley White. It'd be a nice time to add to her ace total. She leads the GNAC in aces per set. She'll do it in the back floor there, and that one goes just long. Let's see, head coach Brian Scott. Is he going to challenge that call? He was reaching for it, and he is going to challenge, I believe, to see if the call was out. So the Nanooks are going to challenge that it was in, and a crucial point there, trailing by 1 here in this 4th set. So Central Washington right now find themselves, they are the 6th seed in the most recent NCAA West Regional pool. And that's the one where you're really trying to hopefully have some victories over some of the teams above you. Northwest Nazarene, they are the 8th seed in the most recent poll. And they will be here Saturday, and they are playing in Anchorage tonight. So Alaska would love to come up with 2 victories here, their final 2 home games of the season. Again, if you come to the games, the Patty Center now has a wet side here, and you can get that Nanooks 65 Golden Ale, that Lat 65 developed here in Fairbanks, with $1 from every pour of that going to the Alaska Nanook Athletic Scholarship Fund. And they've also got the raffle tickets for sale, thanks to Seekins Ford donating another brand new truck. And this new truck that you could win is being made right now. It's going to be that new when you get it. So those tickets are $100 a piece. And if you decide you don't want to get that truck, you could take $15,000 in cash. You can get more details about those raffle tickets on AlaskaNanooks.com, and you can check out all the different sports teams, all their schedules, all their standings. Basketball getting ready to start things up here with some tournaments. Women's basketball starts up on Saturday afternoon at 5 with their annual alumni game. You won't be streaming that one. And the Nanook men just got back here from playing down at Washington, taking on Division I, the Washington Huskies. Kept it respectable, but, you know, I mean, it's a Division I team. So a lot of teams from the GNAC. Western Oregon was playing at Arizona, and it gave Arizona a tough time for a while. But, you know, great exposure for them going down to those bigger schools. I can remember here a couple years ago, former West Valley standout Ruthie Hebert, when she was playing for Oregon. They came up here to the Patty Center and played the Alaska Nanooks here at home. The call's going to stand, but this gym was standing room only when Ruthie Hebert and the Oregon Ducks came to town. And, I mean, that was, I think, the largest crowd that this building has ever seen. It was pretty phenomenal. Central leading here, set number 4, 10-9, leads 2 sets to 1. On the attack come the Wildcats. Nanooks push it back in. Jessa Long slides down onto the knees, and the blockers again come up big. This time Abby Sneathen for the Wildcats, and now a 2-point Central Washington lead. Smith, back set, Guck, that one goes into the net. Boy, Central Washington running off a couple here real quick. Alaska needing a stop right now. Ashley Kaufman calling for the ball here, leading by 3. Both teams with both timeouts remaining. Is it going to go? Just not enough. Nice hustle by Ainsley Smith. To get over to that one, Carly Nielsen with 11 kills for Alaska. And just as I mentioned timeouts, Alaska is going to take one of theirs. So we'll take a quick timeout as well. 13-9. Central Washington leading here in set number 4 and leading 2 sets to 1. Nanooks leading in attack errors 28-13. Kills almost even. Central Washington leading 40-39. Both teams with 6 service aces. And we were back underway. Carly Nielsen punches it right back down, goes up again. And again, Ainsley Smith. Look out, and man, Tia and Daya with another kill for her Wildcat squad. Wildcat squad. Now a 5-point Central Washington lead. Jess Long calmly gets underneath that one, but sends it right over to the ladder. Point Central Washington. Boy, Brian Scott does not want to have to burn that second timeout too early here. Guck decides to go up over the top. And Alaska comes up with the blockers, and Jackson and Elena Guck. Alaska will get that side out. Jessa Long will go back to serve for the Nanooks. Both teams with 6 service aces. Actually 7-6 in favor of Central Washington. Service errors tied at 4. So Alaska did a good job of cleaning up from that first set. Boy, nice layout by the libero for the Wildcats. Nielsen keeps it alive. They go right back to her. And just long. And they'll bring Emma Daude Bear back in, who's been just a force at the net for Central Washington, along with Tia and Daya up there on that front row. Nice little short set. Far side. Nielsen. Boy, that one came to her quickly off the blockers. Now Central Washington stretching the lead to 7, and head coach Brian Scott is going to take his final timeout here in the second set, down by 7. So again, coming up on Saturday, it is senior send-off day here as we thank our 3 seniors. And we will be taking on Northwest Nazarene, and that one's scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. Followed up by women's basketball. Hockey with a 3-week break. Swim in action, rifle in action. Got some snow today, so I'm sure the cross-country ski team is going to be nice and happy to get their skis back out and get ready for their season to start. Thanksgiving weekend, we'll have men's and women's basketball, both in action here at the Patty Center. It's always fun for a lot of those visiting teams that get to come up here and take place in those early basketball tournaments. Get to get a trip up to Alaska, hopefully see some aurora. And man, has it been out the last month. And that one goes out off the blockers, and Alaska get the point out of the timeout. Nanooks out of timeouts. Central Washington with both of theirs. Taylor Overn, one of the 3 seniors for Alaska, will serve. Wow. Not much Jessa Long can do there. And a quick side out by Central Washington. And Tia Andaya, dangerous server. Nanooks do not want to give up any more here or let them go on any kind of a run. And Carly Nielsen says, no, I'll handle that. A clean kill for her. Erickson back in to serve for the Alaska. Carly Nielsen and Kylie Thorne both with 12. And a service error from Kinley Erickson. Serve goes right back to the Wildcats. And their lead will go back to 7. Boy, finding some open hardwood again. Emma Daoud Hebert. That is her 10th kill. And the Wildcats first to 20. Long one hand, but Riley White unable to get to it, almost gets a seat over in the wet section, and that's why they ask people to, if they're enjoying a beverage, please don't sit in the front row. Vines has it blocked back down. Just along, unable to dig it out. 10-point Wildcat lead. 3 points away from the set and the match here. Nanooks need to stop desperately. Boy, low serve, and they come up with an ace. Boy, that one looked like it was going in the net. Tough one to handle for Riley White now. 11-point lead. See if the Nanooks can respond right here. Bynes left-handed and goes long, and that is going to bring up match point. Nanooks will have to fight off 12 to keep this one going. Thorne. Still alive, Erickson. Sends it over, Bynes. Boy, what a hit behind her head. And there, Christina Head will keep the Nanooks hopes alive. Oh, they're going to say point Wildcats. I was wondering why the Nanooks were coming out there. So that is going to be it. So Wildcats take this one, 25-12. I was curious why all the Nanooks were coming up off the bench. So Central takes this one 3-1 over Alaska. We'll be back here Saturday afternoon as we say goodbye to our seniors. So if you're in the Fairbanks area, come on out Saturday afternoon for the final home match here of the season for Alaska. So that's going to wrap it up for us here. Northwest Nazarene will be here Saturday afternoon. Love to see you here as well. Central Washington takes this one tonight 3-1. Have a great night, everybody.